solder. Find vein. In fact, can I cancel my potato farmers? Alright. Just so that I can remove the node points and then reinvest. Oh, more gray wolves. And then the imp cave. Skip everything until you hit 50, then do production chains. Well, that's, I don't know. See, and I got a couple other people in the guild that are going to be doing that. Which, I get it, they played Korea versions and all that stuff, but I've been playing for 3 or 4 days, so I kind of want to, and I also work full time, like I said a few times, so getting to 50, I know it's fairly quick, but I don't know if that's going to be the most efficient for me to do. I feel like I'll fall pretty far behind unless I set up some sort of infrastructure that I can kind of do while I'm at work, like fishing. Alright, so that one, another quick kill 2 wolves, got me another contribution point, so they get pretty easy to get these points. I think that's actually enough. Nope, I think I need 3 or 4. Which, once my workers are done, I should have 14 minutes, 50 points. Or I can remove some other points. Can I? Alright, so here's a quick way to see what you can do with contribution points. Since I don't need this one anymore, this is my shipyard. You can just go back into the house that you bought. By the way, looking at this, all the white ones are the ones you've bought and invested in. All the blue ones are the ones that you can now buy. If you could see it good enough on my screen, the yellow means they're all connected and the houses are connected to each other. Like this is number 2-1, this is number 2-2, and number 2-3. In order to buy 2-3, I had to buy 2-2. In order to buy 2-2, I had to buy 2-1. So I'm going to sell this because I don't need it. I'm going to sell this since I don't need it. And as you can see, I have points back in. Now I'm up to 9 points. Running to the imp cave. So really I could skip this and just use these points that I have now. Actually, let me show you this. Going to the imp cave, what I couldn't figure out at first was where to actually talk to somebody about discovering the node. As you unlock a zone, it'll say a new node is detected, and it'll tell you the name of the node. For example, imp cave would be one. So you'll see the node on your map, but then clicking on it won't do anything for you from the map. It doesn't easily show you what you need to do to invest. Once you own it, you can do things from the map, but until then, you need to actually go to the cave and talk to the node manager. So to know what he looks like, right, is all these icons up here. This one obviously says node management. Sometimes they're a little bit more tricky to find. Sometimes they have different names. Like I think one of them is a warehouse manager at some point. I don't know. But I was trying to find where to invest for a little while, and that was what kind of hung me up. Also, you have to daisy chain. So if you look at the yellow circles in the towns, anything with the blue you already own. It's already yellow. As you can see around the starter zone, even though I have not invested anything at all in this whole beginning area, there's a yellow circle around this, which means it's yours and it's active. Anything with the white means it is not yours. As you can see right here, Balenos Forest is yellow, is white. It goes off of my yellow node that I do control already, but I have not invested in this actual node. And so in order to invest in a node, it has to be connected to one you currently own. You already own the cities, so you start from there and you start investing in nodes going away from the city to get to where you want to go. Each one, if you click on it, is going to show you what has available. For example, Coastal Cliff. If I invested in the Coastal Cliff, I could then invest in the Coastal Cliff mining node, which this one is iron ore. And then I could also invest in the Coastal Cliff fortune teller mushroom if I wanted to. So you can harvest mushrooms or you can mine iron. In order to get either of these, you have to get the parent node first. In order to get that parent node, you have to get a node connecting to one you already own, which I haven't gone that way, so I'm not sure which one's which. Maybe going down Coastal Cave gets you there, I don't know. But I have gone down this way, I believe. So let me talk to this node manager here, the Imp Cave, which has two mining nodes here, mining for copper ore and copper ore. As you can see, it's directly connected to this Logia farm, which I invested in earlier yesterday. Logia farm is directly connected to the city, which you automatically get Velia. So all I had to do basically was go to the node manager here in Logia farm and invest a point in Logia farm. Now I did not have to do the potato farm in order for it to unlock the link to the Imp Cave. Only the parent one is what you need. So going to Logia farm and then talking to the Imp Cave node management guy, it brings you to that screen that I showed you earlier, where the node management button. Clicking on that, now in the top left you have the actual ability to invest a contribution point. So you click that. Now the Imp Cave parent node is yellow. You can then click on contribute withdrawal if you want the point back, or you can then click on the actual node that you want to invest in that's going off of that parent node. So it doesn't really matter which one you want, and you would click contribution invest. So from there you now have yellow lines. What was white connected to the parent node is now yellow. So you can see your network of nodes that you've already connected. For me, I went out here because I like to fish, and I did one out there. The importance of the yellow nodes, I'll go over now. The workers are stationed from that city. You can't move in your worker list, for example. You can't move a worker that's stationed out of Velia into a node that's based off of Hydael's City, way down here. You would need to have a worker that's based out of Hydael's City go into these nodes. So the yellow lines connecting everything is very important. In order to have a worker getting to anything out here or out here, the yellow lines, you have to be connected. Um, the other importance to the yellow lines and chaining all of these things is trading. So certain things like a fish, if I catch a fish out here, which is in the Luviano Island zone, yeah, I'll make beer. Well, the beta's about to be over, but actually I already have some beer on my other character. I'll show him that. Um, but if you go out here and you fish in the Luviano Island zone, and then you go and bring the fish that you've caught back into the Valia market, the trader, he's going to pay you, if you're not connected, he's going to pay you 30% of that fish's value just because the nodes are not connected. You could bring it all the way down to Logia Farm. You could go anywhere that you want to go, thinking that the farther away you go, the more money you're going to get, is untrue. As long as the nodes are connected, meaning you've invested a contribution point in those, it will work like that. The farther the distance, the better the gold profit is what you get. Now, certain markets work out better than others. So if somebody's selling a lot of fish in one city, if you take it to a town over, a trader over that you know, west or east or whatever that you've invested in, you might still get a good profit out of that compared to the normal city you go to. So having a good network of cities and towns is going to be huge in your ability to trade and make profit off that. That includes drops as well. There's certain drops that you can get in different zones that selling them in the same zone gets you X amount of profit. However, taking it 5 zones over, as long as you've got all the nodes connected, will get you X times 2 amount of profit. So creating that is going to be big, and it can take a little bit of time. You've got to figure out where you want to base yourself out of and what you want to concentrate on. So that's how you connect nodes and create a network of nodes. Now, how do you do workers and assign them to actually harvest the mining nodes, right? First, you have to have a worker. So let me start making my way over to the city, and I'll show you the interface of acquiring a worker. Ah, 10 minutes. I only got 10 minutes left. You gotta be kidding me. I should be able to make it there just to show you the work supervisor interface. While I'm walking, right? So I showed you about the houses that you need to unlock. One thing is you get space for one worker in the town automatically, which means you don't have to purchase lodging for him. You can already hire him and have him available to work. So right off the bat, you have somebody you could send off to start harvesting copper or potatoes or whatever it is that you've unlocked. If you want additional people, you need to purchase a house, which would be investing a contribution point into, say, this one right here. There's 4 different options in this particular house. I could do storage, lodging, fish, workbench, or residence. Lodging is the one, as you can see over here, where it'll allow you to hire one more worker for this town. So you purchase that lodging. Once it's done, 5 minutes, you then can hire an extra worker in this town. These 3 all have lodging spaces. I didn't need that many at the time. However, for this situation, I might need to set that up. Too many workers, so I can't sell it to show you. Let me see if I could buy a lodging here. Nope. What about lodging here? Nope.